Hello students, welcome to all of the students in online class of dairy science. This class is only for the students who are appearing in 12th class. So students, I am already send you the details of syllabus as well as the first some portion of the first topic of dairy science. So before the actual study of different chapter of our syllabus, first of all I will discuss in brief the marking scheme as well as the content of syllabus in details. So note down all the important things which is I will mention in this first lecture. So dear students, uh, as like the previous year, as like the 11th science, the marking scheme of dairy science is same, that is two papers are belongs to theory as well as there are two papers, that is these are the practical papers. So the theory paper first and second carries the equal marks, that is 40 for first and 40 marks for the second paper, and the practical paper first and practical paper second, these are also carries the equal weightage, that is first paper carries 60 mark and the second paper having 60 mark, means 40 plus 40 plus 60 plus 60 is equal to 200. So you can get 120 marks from practical and you can get 80 marks from theory paper. So first of all I will discuss the syllabus of first paper, theory. So the first topic, in a few days ago I will already provide the notes of the first chapter, that is anatomy and physiology of the udder. So in this chapter we will study the introduction, then the definitions of udder as well as the structure, different structure, that is external structure of udder, then supportive structure of udder and internal structure of udder. So when you discuss about all these things, then external uh, structure of udder means externally when you see the udder of any lactating animal or any dry animal, then how it looks externally. So in that content we will discuss it. Then supportive structure or suspensory structure of udder means udder is equally divided into two halves. So how the dividation occurs and which structure support to the udder, it will be discussed in supportive structure or suspensory structure. Then internal structure means when you dissect the udder, at that time how the internal structure look like. Then what is the function of every component of internal structure of udder, it will be discussed in that content. Later on, let down of milk, holding of milk, circulatory system of udder, then the endocrinology of mammary gland, physiology of milk secretion, characteristic of good udder, all these content will be discussed in the anatomy and physiology of udder in this chapter. So you must note down that the all the content of this chapter depends upon one another. So when you attend the first lecture of anatomy and physiology of udder, if I discuss the structure, external structure, that external structure depends then the further content, that is supportive structure, depends upon external structure, then internal structure depend upon the supportive structure, in this way. Means when you understand all these three structures, then you can be able to understand what is mean by letdown of milk and what is mean by holding of milk. It means every content of these all the chapter depends upon one another. So you must carefully attend all the lectures which is taught online, and then you can get it, you can understand better when you attending all the classes regularly. Then the next chapter, that is called as theories of milk secretion. It contains 5 theories, and all these theories depend upon the first chapter. Then third chapter, that is the study of milk. In that we will study the definition of milk and the chemical composition of various species, then the physico-chemical properties of milk, then factors affecting quality and quantity of milk. All these contents will be discussed in that chapter. When you analyze every component of milk, for example water, fat, protein, mineral, vitamin, all these things, what is the role of these content in human diet, then what is the specific gravity, what is the acidity of milk, the type of acidity, all these things will be discussed in this chapter. Then the fourth chapter, that is food and nutritive value of milk. When you understand what is mean by milk, when you understand what is the chemical nature of milk, physical nature of milk, then what is the importance of consumption of milk in our daily life, it is discussed in the food and nutritive value of milk. After that, the fifth chapter, simply it is called as a market milk industry, or it is given in syllabus, that is collection, transportation, chilling, all these. So simply this chapter is called as a market milk industry. This is the biggest chapter of paper first, means it contains too many content, that is the processing of milk will actually begins from this chapter. What is mean by market milk, what is mean by market milk industry, and then when it is established, what is the role of NDDB, what is the role of IDC, what is mean by operation flood program, what is mean by operation flood program second phase. All these content will be discussed here. And after that, the actual working of market milk industry, how the milk is collected from the milk producer, which methods is to be used, then how the milk is transported from the production to the processing point, then how the milk is processed, that is chilling of milk, what are the object of cooling of milk, why milk is cooled, then after cooling the different processes are carried out in dairy industry, that is the for example cooling, then pasteurization of milk, sterilization of milk, homogenization of milk, standardization of milk. All these topics, all these contents are discussed in detail, so with their advantage and disadvantages. Then after that, the packaging of milk, then marketing of milk, such type of topics will be discussed in this market milk industry. Then after the market milk industry chapter is completed, then the next topic, that is separation of milk. As we know that separation of milk means the milk, the component of milk, particularly the milk fat and the remaining portion of milk, it is separated from one another by using two methods, gravity separation method and centrifugal separation method. So these two methods are discussed in the separation of milk, and later on we will discuss the different dairy products, particularly ghee making, then indigenous dairy products, then ice cream making, how it is prepared, all these things to be discussed in that chapter. Butter is also there, cream is also there. So how the products are prepared, what is the definition of all these products, what is the chemical composition, which methods are to be adopted for the manufacturing of these products. Then different type of defects may be occur in different type of dairy products, so how we can prevent such type of defects, how we can increase the keeping quality of that dairy product, how we can increase the market appeal of that product. All these things will be discussed in all these chapters. Then the remaining chapters are belongs to that is the preparation of industrial casein. Casein means nothing but it is a one type of milk protein, and it is widely used as a non-food item. For example, it is used in the preparation of paints, it is also used in the preparation of capsule, all these things. The buttons are also prepared by using casein. So how the industrial casein is prepared from milk, and what are the uses of acid casein, it will be discussed in this small chapter. Then preparation of chocolate milk, then role of dairy cooperative, then study of government milk scheme, then economics of milk production, then adulteration of milk and milk products. So all these chapters will be included in your first paper. So the first paper having 40 marks, but the syllabus of first paper is very vast as compared to the second paper, as well as the difficulty level of paper first is much more as compared to the theory paper second. So as a examination point of view, if you want to score maximum marks in dairy science, then you must particularly you can prefer second paper, because it is easier, it contains very less chapter, and it is easily understandable. So I will discuss to you now the second paper syllabus. That is first one in second paper, that is called as first topic mastitis. Mastitis is nothing but it is a disease of mammary gland. So what are the causes, then the definition, causative organism, how to detect the mastitis in lactating animal, how to prevent the occurrence of mastitis disease, what are the economic significance of this disease, means how the losses occur when the animal suffering from the mastitis. All these contents will be discussed in that chapter. Then next chapter, that is importance of sanitation in production of clean milk and safe milk. So in this chapter we will discuss the definition of clean milk. That is in first paper we are already discussed the definition of milk, but in second paper we will discuss the definition of clean milk, definition of safe milk, then which practices should be adopted for clean milk production, and what is the importance of clean milk and safe milk in human diet. It will be discussed in this chapter, as well as the second portion of this chapter deals with the milk-borne diseases. Milk-borne diseases means the diseases which are spread through the medium of milk. For example, TB, then jaundice, such type of diseases may be easily spread through the medium of milk. So how the diseases are spread, how to prevent it, it will be discussed in this chapter. Then third chapter, that is the role of water, steam and electricity in dairy industry. So what is the function of water, steam and electricity in dairy industry, it will be discussed in this chapter. It is a very small chapter and it gives you full of mark. It requires only one class. So okay, then one more chapter there is that is called as milk and metal. So what is the relationship between milk and metal, it will be discussed in this chapter. Then there is one chapter that is simply called as a dairy microbiology, or it is also called as dairy bacteriology, or bacteria and their role in milk and milk products. For example, the bacteria are also useful for preservation, as well as there are too many bacterial species which are responsible to cause different type of spoilages or undesirable changes in milk. So it will be discussed in this chapter. then layout and processing of milk plant. So here the we will discuss selection of site for the construction of dairy industry. Okay, and another thing, that is the different type of layouts of dairy industry, that is L type plant, I type plant, actually how the floor is constructed, which materials are used, how the walls are constructed, how the ventilation system is constructed, then how the different type of drainage channel, for example spot drain, channel drain, how it is constructed, how they will dispose the dairy waste material or dairy sewage water, how it will be disposed, it will be discussed in this chapter. Then study of egg, study of meat, study of fish, these chapters are also included. In that we will discuss the food and nutritive value of fish, food and nutritive value of egg, as well as meat, the common terminology related to different meat, then their chemical composition, the methods of preservation of these food items, and their marketing will be discussed in these chapters. Okay, then what is the role of animal product in human diet? This is also very simpler chapter. In this chapter we will discuss the different type of animal product and what is the role of these animal products in human nutrition, it will be discussed. Then grades and standards of milk, in that buffalo milk, cow milk, sheep milk, goat milk, standardized milk, homogenized milk, all these milks, how it is graded, then how to determine the bacteriological quality of milk, it will be discussed in this chapter. Then study of record and records keeping, this chapter is common for paper first, paper second, as well as it is common for practical papers also. Then preparation of animal product, this chapter is also discussed. This is again simpler chapter. In this chapter we will actually study how to prepare egg omelette, how to prepare mutton curry, so you can easily understand it. So this is a brief discussion on the entire syllabus, that is paper first as well as paper second, and from tomorrow we will study the first chapter, that is anatomy and physiology of udder. In that, introduction, external structure of udder, supportive structure of udder, and the definition of udder. This portion will be discussed in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.